For this project, you will need any type of yarn that you have. For the body, I'm using this bulky yarn with red and white, and for the legs, I'm using just some scrap yarn. For the body, I'm going to be using a size 6 hook, and for the legs, size 4. You will also need scissors, yarn needle, and a stitch marker. And you will also need stuffing for the inside of the ornament. You can use an actual stuffing, or I'm just using some scrap yarn. To begin, grab your white yarn, and we're going to make a slip knot. So make a loop, go into the loop and pull. Insert your hook and tighten it, and we're going to chain 15. So yarn over, pull, yarn over, pull. 3. Once you have 15 chains, we are going to make 3 double crochets into the next 3 chains. So to start, go into the second chain from the hook. So insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. That's 1. Into the next. That's 2. Into the next. That's 3. Now we're going to make 8 half double crochets. So yarn over onto the hook first, and we go into the next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop. So now you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all the way. So that's your half double crochet. So 7 more. Yarn over into the next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all the way. That's 2. 3. 7, and last one. So now we have 3 single crochets, 8 half double crochets, and now we're going to end it again with 3 single crochets. So 1 single crochet, 2, and the last one is 3. So we have 3 single crochets, 8 half double crochet, 3 single crochets. Now to start the next row, we will chain 1 and turn our work. And again, we will repeat the same thing. So we can go into the whole chain, yarn over, pull through. That's a single crochet, and we need to make 3 in total. So that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3 single crochets. Now again, 8 half double crochets. So yarn over, go into the next stitch like this, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all the way. Again, now you need to make 8 half double crochets. So this is 2,
3, 4, 5, 6,
and last half double crochet. So that's 8, and now we have 3 stitches left, 1, 2, 3, and those are our last 3 single crochets. So insert, pull up a loop, first single crochet, second single crochet, and the last single crochet. And this is what it should look like so far. So you can see how it's thinner on the top, and in the middle it's thicker. So that's what we're trying to achieve. So now we can do our last row. So chain 1 again, turn your work, and we are going to repeat the same thing. So 3 single crochets here, 8 half double crochets, 3 single crochets. And I will meet you here to change the color to red. So once we're at our last single crochet, we're going to insert like normal, yarn over, pull up a loop, and instead of completing this with the white yarn like regular, we're going to grab the red and change the color. So you can do this just by grabbing it onto your hook and pull it through like this. You can pull onto the old white color, pull onto the red, and we're just going to chain 1 like we did before. So chain 1 to start a new row and turn. So at this point you can just cut off the white yarn that we were working with, like so. And when we turn our work, we can hold on to this red yarn right here, and we're going to start slip stitches all the way down in back loops only. So insert your hook. Instead of the whole stitch, we're gonna go back loop only, and keep this red yarn in the back like this, yarn over, pull up, and instead of single crochet like this, we're just going to pull through all the way. So that's your slip stitch, and into the next again, back loop only, insert your hook, keep the red yarn under, pull up a loop, and pull through all the way. Back loop only, pull through all the way. And you do this all the way down. And our last slip stitch, back loop. Now it will start to look like this, and you can see how seamless it is. If we did regular single or regular slip stitch or regular single crochet instead of back loop only, you would start to see these stitches instead, so it wouldn't be as flush like this. So that's why we do back loop only slip stitches, to change the color. So we will do that each time. So from here we're going to chain 1 to turn and start a new row, and here we're going to do 3 single crochets, 8 half double crochets, 3 single crochets like before, but the only difference is we're working back loops only. So insert your hook in the back loop only, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. So that's 1 single crochet, yarn over, that's 2, and that's 3. Now we can do half double crochets, so yarn over, back loop only, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all the way. That's 1, 2,
3.
Now we do the last 3 single crochets in the back loops. So that's 1. This is 2. And this is 3. Like so. So once we finish our last single crochet, we're going to chain 1 and turn. And now we can do regular 3 single crochets, 8 half double and 3 single crochets in the whole stitch. So you don't have to do back loops only here, because at this point it won't be able to pull up from here. So we can do 3 single crochets. So that's 1 into the next, 2, 3. Now 8 half double crochets, so yarn over into the whole stitch, not just the back loop, the whole stitch. Pull up a loop and finish off. So now we're at last 3 single crochets, so that's 1, 2, and 3. Make sure you're not skipping any stitches. So insert 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, and our last single crochet. Don't forget the corner stitches. So that's our 3rd single crochet. And always you can double check your work by counting. So if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So at every row you should have 14 stitches. So now we can make our last red row. So chain 1 and turn and repeat the same thing. 3 single crochets, 8 half double crochets, and 3 single crochets. And I will show you how to change the color again. Once you get to the last single crochet, we're going to change the color again. So last single crochet, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop. Instead of completing it, we're going to grab our next color and pull through, like so. We're going to grab that color and chain 1 and turn our work. So again, we can cut off the old color right here. So we can just cut it off. And now we can hold on to both of these ends as we crochet. And remember to always keep these yarns on one side when you're holding it together. So one side is the right side and the wrong side. So to continue, we're going to do exactly what we did here, which is slip stitches all across as the first row after you change the color. So we can hold on to these. So we're going to go into the first stitch, back loop only. Keep the yarn in the back. Yarn over, pull up and pull all the way. Again, into the next stitch, back loop only. Keep these in the back. Yarn over, pull through, pull through. Again, back loop only. Pull through, pull through. And do this all the way down. So insert, keep these down. And you can see another seamless line forming. So just slip stitch all the way down and I can meet you here. And that's our last slip stitch. And again, we will chain 1 to turn and start our new row. So we will do 3 single crochets, back loops only, 8 half double crochets, back loops only, and 3 single crochets, back loops only. So back loop only, that's 1. This is 2. This is 3. And now we can do 8 half double crochet, back loops only. Now if these pieces are bothering you as you crochet, you can just cut them off because they're already secure within this. That's why you do it as you go. So you can just cut these off and just continue. So now we have our 3 single crochets to go. That's 1. That's 2. And the last one. That's our last single crochet. Now chain 1 and turn. And now we can start again the same thing, but we don't have to do back loops only, we can do the whole stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. Now we start half double crochets, so 8. So this is 1, and last 3 single crochets, so 2, and don't forget your corner stitch. So last, and again now we have 1 row of white left, so chain 1 and turn and repeat. So we have 1, 2, 3 left, so that means single crochets, 2. So at this point we will change to red again. So grab your red yarn and pull through, tie all the yarn and chain 1 and turn. Now you will just repeat what we did here. So this was our starting line, but going forward you just repeat what we did here. So after you change your color, you can cut off the old one and hold on to these pieces in the back as you crochet. So the first row of each color that you change is slip stitches, back loops only, chain 1 and turn your work. You will do 3 single crochet, 8 half double crochet, 3 single crochet, back loops only, and afterwards 2 more rows of just regular 3 single crochets and 8 half and 3 single again. So just repeat these 2 all the way until we make enough to make a whole ball, and then I can meet you then. So now I'm on the very last row, so I'm going to be doing my last single crochet in here, like so. And for me, this is how big it came out using the thick yarn. So for me, it is around 27.5 centimeters by 11 centimeters. So if that helps to gauge how big your yarn and hook is. So once you're finished your last row, you will just chain 1 and pull the yarn. And make sure you pull enough because we're going to be using the same yarn to sew up the sides and scrunch up the top. So leave a very long tail and cut it off. And just pull it out. And that way it's secure. So now you're left with this long yarn, and we're going to grab our yarn needle and pull it through. So we're going to fold it in half like this, and starting from this corner, we're going to sew up all the way up. So I'm going to insert into the other corner like so, go through, and in this corner I will do it twice so it's secure. So go into the same loop. And now I'm going to start on this side. So I'm going to go through the next stitch and go from the white stitch. And sew and just continue this all the way. And again, we're at a corner, so I'm going to make sure these stitches are very secure. So I'll go through it twice. And now we have this piece like this. So from here, we're going to scrunch up the top. So we can start from the top stitches. So we can insert into here. There's no right or wrong stitches here. We're just going to go in and out of the circle. So go in, out, go in, out, and just pull and just continue. So go in and out. And once we come back to where we started, you're just going to grab the yarn and pull it. And it will just close up the top like this. Pull very tight, and to make sure the hole stays shut, I'm going to sew back and forth a few times. I'm going to go in from here, go to the other side. And pull. I'm going to go from here to here and pull. So I'm just going to make a little knot here, go through it, and pull. And I'm going to just start weaving this in the backs of these loops right here.
Like so.
So now you can turn your work to the right side so you can see. So you can cut off this extra yarn, or you can just leave it inside and it will act as stuffing. So I'm just going to leave it inside like this. And now we can start to stuff our ornament. So I'm going to grab my scrap yarn right here and just take a bunch and just stuff it. This is a great way to get rid of your scrap yarn and give it a new life. So once you're happy with the size, we're going to grab some red yarn again, put it on a yarn needle, and we're going to sew up the top here just like we did for the bottom. So you can choose any side to start with and just go in from the top sections, go in and out.
In and out. All the way.
And again, we reach the end, so we're going to pull. Make sure all the stuffing stays inside. And you just want to keep pulling. You can pull on both sides until it's closed like this. And also make sure you have enough stuffing inside so it's snug like this, and you can shape it. And you can take the two sides and tie them together. Like this, and make a knot. Now again, we can take our yarn needle and go in and out of these to close the circle even more. So I'm just gonna go back and forth. Maybe I will tie this here too. And I'll make a knot here as well. Like this, maybe 2 times. And we can take our yarn needle and weave this red yarn in. So I will just insert it back in here and just come out from any of the red sides, and I will just cut it off. And you can do the same on this side as well. So now this is what it should look like. You can just shape it like this, and now we can start working on the little legs. For the little feet, I'm using this brown yarn, and I just put 2 strands together to make it thicker. And we're going to make a magic circle. If you don't want to do a magic circle, you can just chain 3, so I can show you both ways. So for the magic circle, you will grab your yarn like this and wrap around your fingers, and on top make a cross and hold on to the other side. So both ends you're holding it with your thumb and your ring finger, and you have an X on top. So you will go in grab the second yarn, pull up, and the same yarn, just pull through. Like so, and that's your magic ring. If you don't want to do that, you can make a slip knot like we did before and chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make a slip stitch into that first chain and hold on to this space right here because this will act as the magic ring. So just slip stitch here, and now we've created this circle, and this is your magic ring. So whatever you do from here, you just work into this hole right here. But for today, I'm going to be using a magic circle. To begin, we're going to make 3 single crochets. So go into the loop, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. So regular single crochet. We can make the hole a little bit smaller. Now second one, so go into the circle, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So that's second single crochet. Again, go into the circle, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. That's 3 single crochets. Now we're going to make half double crochet where you yarn over first, then you go into the circle, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now we're going to make 1 double crochet. So same way, yarn over, go into the circle, pull up a loop. Again, you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops this time. Now you have 2 left. Again, yarn over and pull through all the way. So 3 single crochet, half double, double. Now we're going to make 3 treble crochets. So yarn over once and twice. Then we go into the circle, pull up a loop. Now you have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, so 1, 2. Now you have 3 left, yarn over, pull through 2 again, so 1, 2. Now you have 2 left, yarn over, pull through all the way. So that's your treble crochet. And we need to make 1 more of the treble. So yarn over 2 times, go into the circle, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. After this, we're going to go down in size. So we're going to make a double crochet. So yarn over, go into the circle, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's your double crochet. And now we're going to make half double. So again, yarn over, go into the circle, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all the way. And you can just tighten the circle here. And now you should have 9 stitches, so you can count back. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that was our row 1. And you can kind of see the shape of the paw like this. So now we're going to make a slip stitch into that first stitch right here, the 9th stitch. So go into that like so, grab your yarn, pull through once and pull through all the way, and that is our slip stitch. And here we're going to put our stitch marker. So grab your stitch marker and we're going to mark our slip stitch like so. So now we can start our row 2. So now we're going to make 4 single crochets into each of the chains. So starting from the next stitch right here, so this is our slip stitch that we just did. So we're going to go into the first stitch right here, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. That's our first single crochet. Now into the next stitch here, insert, yarn over, that's 2, our next stitch, 3, next stitch, that's 4, and for the next 4 stitches we're going to make increases, and we do this by making 2 single crochets in each stitch, so 8 in total. So go into the next stitch, make a single crochet like normal, and again we will go into the same exact stitch that we just did and make another single crochet. So 2 single crochets in each stitch. So that was our first one. Now into the next stitch, that's 1, into the same, that's 2. Now next stitch, that's 1, again in the same, that's 2. So we did 3 in total. Now our last increase, so go into the next stitch, one, and in the same stitch 2 single crochets. So we did 4 increases and 4 regular single crochets. And now we can take out our stitch marker and make 1 single crochet into that slip stitch. So like this. So at this point you should have 13 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So to start the next row, we will slip stitch again. So go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through once and pull through all the way, and grab your stitch marker and place it at that slip stitch again. We're going to make 3 single crochets, back loops only. So insert your hook, yarn over, and pull through. So that's 1, into the next stitch, back loop only, that's 2, next stitch, that's 3, and now we're going to decrease each stitch. We're going to do 5 of those. So insert your hook in the back loop only, and instead of yarning over here, we're gonna go into the next stitch from here. So go into the next, back loop only. So now you have 2 like this, yarn over, pull through both of those, 1, and 2, yarn over, and complete the single crochet. So again, that was our first decrease. Now we're going to go back loops of this and back loops of this and complete a single crochet. So go in, bring it through the first, bring it through the second, yarn over, and complete. So that's 2. Again, go into the back loop, go into the back loop, yarn over, pull through 1, pull through the second, yarn over, pull through. So that's 3. Go in the back loop, Bring it through both. And complete. And now we're going to make our last one. So take off your stitch marker. 1, 2, yarn over, pull through 1, pull through 2, and complete. So now we should have 8 stitches, so we can count back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. From here, we're going to slip stitch like before. So go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through once, and pull through all the way. And we can place our stitch marker back on our slip stitch. So from here, we're going to make 4 single crochets. So go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, single crochet, that's 1, into the next, yarn over, pull through, that's 2 single crochet, into the next stitch, that's 3, and into the next stitch, that's 4. And now we're going to make 2 decreases. We can use the front loops, so not the full stitch, but the front loops like this. So that's 1, go into the next front loop of the next stitch, like this, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all the way. And again, we need to make a second decrease. So we can take out our slip stitch, go into the front loop, go into the front loop of the next stitch. So you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 1, 2, yarn over, pull through both. And now you should have 6 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And honestly, this piece of yarn, you can just stuff it back in there. Just going to put it back into the feet. Now, if you need more stuffing, you can put more scrap yarn in here, but I think this is fine for this foot. So this is the point where you would stuff your feet, because we're going to close up this hole right here. Grab your hook, and now we're going to connect these 2 sides together. We're going to close up the hole. So if our little foot is this way, like this, we're going to single crochet each side. So we're going to single crochet this stitch with this stitch with this, and this with this. So I'm going to go into the last stitch right here, and I'm going to go into the last stitch of the other side, like so. So I'm using a single crochet this stitch with this stitch, and this stitch with this stitch. So grab your yarn, pull through both stitches, and complete a single crochet. That's 1. Now we're gonna go into the next stitch right here and come out on the other side of that stitch. So the stitch across. So yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. So single crochet. And now we have the last stitches left here. So go into the next stitch, like so, and come out onto the other side. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through. So at this point we have 3 single crochets, so 1, 2, 3, and we can go ahead and make the little leg longer. So we're going to make the next row. So instead of chaining 1, you just turn your work, go into the first single crochet. So that's 1. Next, right here, that's 2. And the last one, that's 3. So again, we have 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Now, how long you want to make the leg is up to you, so you can keep going as much as you want. So from here, I'm going to turn my work and single crochet into that first chain. So that's 1. And I'm going to single crochet into the next. That's 2. And into this third one, I'm going to insert my hook. And instead of completing a single crochet, I'm going to do a slip stitch. So pull through and pull through all the way. Now I'm going to turn my work and I'm going to skip the first right here and go into the second stitch, yarn over, pull through, go into the last, like this, yarn over, and single crochet. So you can see this diagonal happening, and the reason why I did that is so when it's sitting down, you can sit flat, like so. So from here, I'm going to chain 1 and pull the yarn. So at this point, you should have 2 legs and figure out which side you want to be the top or the bottom, and also figure out which of the white sides you want the face to go on. So I'm going to choose this white side, and I will be putting the legs on the reds, at the corner of the reds, right around here, like this. So let's grab our first leg and put it through your yarn needle like this. I'm gonna go in here and come out like so, and I'm gonna go into that first stitch and pull, and I'm gonna repeat the same thing. So I'm gonna go in through the same hole and come up from the top of here and pull. I'm gonna go through the second stitch here like this and pull. I'm gonna go through here and come out of the other side. And I will go through the first stitch here and come out and go back in. So this is what it looks like. So now you can just go back and forth a few times to secure it through the top stitch like this, come out around the middle area and pull, and I will secure the last stitch here, go back in, and I'm just gonna pull all the way and come out over here, so it's very secure and snug. And you can just cut this off and pull the yarn back in there like this to hide it. And do the same thing with the second leg. So attach it here with the same sewing method and pull the yarn through any side and just cut it off and hide it. So now we can start working on the face. So you want to mark out where you want the eyes to go. I'm going to use these pins just to mark it, or you just make a mental note. So maybe somewhere around here, and here would be the eyes, and then the mouth would go here. So I'll show you how to do this eye right here. So grab your yarn needle, pull through, and you can go from anywhere. Go one stitch below where you want your eye to be. So I'm gonna go in here and pull. I'm gonna take out the eye. I will go back in and come out where I want the eye to be, just like this. Now before you pull on this yarn, we're gonna grab it and wrap around the needle a few times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, like this. Gonna hold on to it and just pull the needle through all the way like this. Okay, and now I'm going to go back into where the stitch is coming out of, right here, and come out of anywhere, like so. Now you can tug on both ends and you can adjust it. At this point, you can just cut these ends off and just hide them in, and we can start working on the mouth. Now we can start working on the smile. So grab your yarn on your yarn needle and we can start. So go in from where you want the smile to start. So I will go here and come out where you want it to end. Like so. And just pull your yarn. Now I will go back into that first hole right here and come out in the middle of the smile a little bit down. So go in here and come out in the middle area here. Now make sure you don't pull this tight because we want it to go down a little bit. So make sure it's loose, like so. I will go through the smile and go down and pull like this, and then I will go back into that same hole and come out on the left side right here and pull. You can tie these two pieces together like so. I will cut it so it's the same length on both sides. And now you just want to hide this. So I will just go through and go through here and put both like this and just pull through. You just want to adjust the smile like this and just cut these off, hide the yarn. So all that's left is to make a loop on the top so you can hang it on your tree. So let's do that. Now to make the loop on top, grab 2 strands of red yarn or just one long piece like mine and just fold it in half like this. And we want to make a slip knot. Insert your hook. I'm using the size 6. So insert. Now grab the strand that's closest to you and put it over the hook like this and hold on to it down here. Now grab this top yarn yarn over, and pull through. Now again, the bottom yarn, put it over the hook, hold on to it like this, top yarn, yarn over, and pull through. Again, bottom yarn over the hook and hold it, top yarn over and pull through. And this way you have all sides that are the same. So just continue this. So yarn over, pull, yarn over, and pull. Now I'm going to see if this will be a good size. I think that's good, so I will just stop right there. It's about this long. And you want to pull the strand out. So now you have two pieces, one on each side. And I will just tie them together. Now you want to grab one side and put your yarn needle through. If your yarn is thinner, you can do both at the same time, but mine is pretty thick, so I have to do one at a time. I will go in through the middle and come out onto the other side and pull. Do the same with the other strand. So do the same on this side. And for this side, I will go from this side to this side instead. So maybe somewhere from here, go in and come out, pull through. We do the same with the other piece, so go through and come out. And now you can just tie these two sides together. And now I'm going to grab again each strand on its own. And I'm gonna go in and just hide the yarn. So I'll just come out from any side that's red and just pull the yarn. And do the same with all of these pieces and just cut these off and hide them. And you should have something like this on top.